welcome to my channel. My name's Ellen, and today I'm going to be trying something new. I've always wanted to try tapestry crochet. I've never ever finished a project with it before. It's always been very intimidating to me, but I love whenever I see people with tapestries that they've crocheted up on their walls. So I really want to do that. I want to get into that, and that's a goal for me for this upcoming year to kind of get more into tapestry crochet, get better at that. So today I'm going to be doing my very first ever completed tapestry crochet. I'm going to be telling you guys all about what I've learned from it, what I did wrong, what I did right, and I'm really excited to start. If you guys have any advice for me, if you guys do tapestry crochet, or if you guys have watched any other videos that have been super helpful for you, please let me know. For today's project, I decided to start off with something that seems pretty simple. I guess we'll find out how it actually goes. I'm going to be using this, which I found on Pinterest. I thought it was so cute. I saved like 1,000 different things that I definitely am not skilled enough to do yet, but this one seems simple enough. There are a few colors. It might have been better to choose something that was just like black and white or something that was pretty simple in terms of color, but I think this will be a good learning experience trying to incorporate all of that, especially since a lot of the things that I will want to do in the future are probably very color heavy. I'm kind of just gonna jump right into it and I'm gonna see what I can make, and I'm really excited to do this with you guys, so let's do it. I start off by going through all the colors that I did have already and seeing what I thought would match best. I was a little uncertain with some of these if they would be enough for the project, but thankfully they all worked out well and I had enough to go through. I also had to pull out some yarn from under my bed, but I ended up finding everything that I needed, and Mr. Kitty was very happy and celebrating in the back for me. But here's the yarn that I had. I actually forgot to include some of the yarn in this photo, so I have them in the next one as well, right here. But once I had all of this ready to go, I decided to make myself a nice warm cup of apple cider and get started. I took the image from Pinterest and brought it over to Illustrator. From here, I decided to number all of the rows on the bottom just to make sure that when I'm crocheting, I could kind of follow along and I could check my work by matching the numbers. I do think that it would have been a good idea to do it along the side as well. There were a couple times I got a little bit confused as to what row I was on, and I think it would have been helpful to have those numbers there. I don't know if there's an easier way to kind of number these, but that's how I decided to do it, by just spacing it out. And then I got to work. I had a ton of fun doing this project. It was definitely a lot of trial and error with it, and I think I learned a lot, but I think the best part of it was kind of when you start to see the image actually forming along the way. When I first started and I only had a couple rows done, I was sort of doubting myself if there would really be anything recognizable there at all, but looking at it now, I kind of can understand how everything comes together the way that it did. I found myself having to detangle the yarn a lot, so if you crochet tapestry often and you kind of know how to get around that, please let me know. Okay, the moment of truth has come. I'm going to show you guys now what I have completed. I hope you like it. I definitely messed up a few rows while I was doing it, very much just user error, but for the most part I think I did a pretty good job. So let's get into some of my takeaways from this. First of all, I started off by trying to carry over all of my yarn, as you can see here. It's kind of like on behind all of the different pieces, but what I very soon learned is that it made the tapestry kind of wavy, and I think you can carry over if it's only 1 or 2 extra strands of yarn, but I was getting into like 5, 6 different colors, so I found out that if you want to incorporate all those to be able to bring them over with you, there are definitely going to be some that you need to kind of just cut the ends and weave in, because it simply will mess up the flow of your actual work. I've seen a couple different videos that have said to do back loop only when you're doing color change, if the color below is different than the color on top, to kind of make it look like a straighter edge. I definitely think that worked here My biggest issue with this project that I found is when I was turning my work, I feel like that side always looked bad. So I'm trying to figure out like, how exactly you're supposed to crochet when you're going when you've turned your work the opposite way. So going right to left instead of left to right, because it seemed that those are always the rows where everything kind of gets messed up and things don't carry over right. So I think that's definitely a major part that I'm gonna have to work on. I've also seen people just crochet almost like a blank slate of a single color and then cross stitch over top of it. And I think that'd be very interesting to do as well. I think it could lead to a little bit neater of a project and a cleaner finish in general. But I really like how this guy turned out. I'm really excited. I think my goal for doing these is I kind of want to decorate this wall here that I have behind me because it's odd. The rest of my office is decorated pretty thoroughly, and this is where I'm recording my videos and it's fairly boring over here. So I'm kind of hoping to fill it with a little bit more life. But I'm super excited that this is the first guy I made. I will definitely be making more, so stay tuned. I'm sure I'll try to post some more on my shorts as well. But if you guys have any recommendations at all, please let me know because this was a super fun project, but also a bit hard for me, I'll say. I think it's really funny because I've been crocheting for almost a decade at this point, and so it's kind of fun when I do projects like this where I realize that I don't really know what I'm doing anymore. I think when I make plushies, I can kind of freehand it, I can figure it out along the way. But with this, I was really lost, which is a new feeling for me when I've been crocheting. So I think that was a lot of fun and scary, but definitely made me want to try this more and kind of get better at it. Also, if you guys have a name for this little guy, I would love to hear it. So please comment below what you think his name should be. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for joining me and watching along. I'm so excited about this project and can't wait for the rest. Have a great week.